So as a teenager, I've always just had this pain in my leg that I never really took seriously because it wasn't anything serious. It was just this pain in my hip that would just come and go, sharp, last a few seconds and then go. Wasn't anything serious till I got to till 2019 when I got into service year. The pain kind of became more serious, so I went and got an X-ray done. Saw an orthopedic surgeon. I saw a doctor and then I got referred to an orthopedic surgeon. So I was told I had osteoarthritis of the right hip. Um, but then he told me it wasn't anything serious at the time, that with pain meds it could be managed. That typically when it gets worse, I would need a hip replacement, but that would most likely be much later in my life. That surgery is usually carried out by older women or older people, say 50 upwards. So I left his office thinking, oh, I still have time, so I was good. So I started up on pain meds. It helped manage the pain, and 2020 I got pregnant with my daughter, and it was going really well. I had, if I was going to judge the pregnancy journey itself, like pertaining to just the pregnancy, it went really well. I had barely had any complications till I got to my third trimester. As my baby grew bigger and her weight became more, um, the pain like I used to feel in my hip started to get worse. Of course, I had to stop the pain meds when I discovered I was pregnant, because I didn't want anything to um, complicate my pregnancy. So the pain got really bad. It got so bad that at night, while sleeping, I could hear my hip bones crack whenever I tried to turn or anything like that. I mean, if I even walked past you, if you paid attention, you could hear my bones. At that point, my doctor already told me that I was definitely going to have a C-section, but part of me was feeling like, I can still do it now. Like C-section, why? You know. Um, when I got to 36 weeks, the pain was so terrible. It was really, really bad. I even started to have forced labor. I was landing in the hospital almost every other day. And at that time, my doctor told me he was just going to take the baby out, and that there was no point waiting. She was fine. She seemed well developed. She was a big baby, so he was just going to take her out the next day. I was 36 weeks and 3 days, and he said he was going to take her out the next day. And I was like, okay. I wasn't ready. I wanted to give her more time. I wasn't thinking of me at that time as much as as much as I was in so much pain. I really just did not want my baby to have to go into the NICU or even need to stay in an incubator even for one day. So I told him that I could bear the pain for a couple of more weeks, and he told me he could try to give me 1 week but no more, because I was obviously in a lot of pain. So we pushed. That one extra week I took, oh god, let's just say I would never make that mistake again. It was terrible. It was terrible. I felt pain like never before, and I was just ready to just bring her out at the end of that week. you know and so she came out. We had a C-section. A part of me still always second guessed. I always felt like my body failed me, like maybe if we had pushed through, maybe if I had tried, maybe some way or another I could have had her on my own. I just kept second guessing myself and doing a lot of maybes. So yeah, I still didn't start my pain meds after I had her, because I wanted to do exclusive. I wanted to exclusively breastfeed her, so I still continued bearing the pain in the hip till I finished exclusively breastfeeding. Then I decided one day to just visit the hospital. I just complained about the pain, because I had thought that since I wasn't pregnant anymore, the pain was going to reduce but if anything, it got worse. So I went ahead and saw a doctor, and I was told that it wasn't just osteoarthritis, that I actually had a vascular necrosis of the femur head. And he said he just didn't understand how I carried a pregnancy through that. Like, I had no business doing that. And in the process of all their checks and everything, there's something they call checking your range of motion, like how much you can open your legs. And then I realized that I couldn't even open my leg up to 10, is it 10 centimeters now or thereabout? So that was the first time that I fully understood what it meant for me to have needed a C-section. And I am so grateful my doctor made that decision then, and I'm grateful that I didn't fight the decision, because if I could not even open my leg, you know, enough to how many centimeters, how would a baby have been able to pass through my leg? So I would have endangered my baby's life for no reason if I had gone against my, doctor's recommendation to have a C-section. So that is a decision that I am eternally grateful for, because stopping my payments and bearing all that pain all through 9 months to I've now ended up not having my baby would have sent me over the edge. Really, it would have. So I'm so grateful I did that. And it's been quite the journey. I battled postpartum depression because with the pain in my leg, till now, okay, I don't know what it feels like to bath my baby. I can't carry my baby. I just breastfeed her and then I hand her over to someone. You know, um, Motherhood is beautiful. It is, but I've had to live through a lot of pain since I got pregnant, and it's been quite the journey. A few weeks ago, I had a hip replacement surgery done because the necrosis was getting so bad. It had started to affect my spine and my pelvic region, so I had to get a total hip replacement done fast. And I'm in recovery now, and it's still tough. There's still pain, but the good thing is the pain this time around, it's a pain towards recovery, but I think it makes it any less hard. It's still tough on the mind. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It is. And I just hope that someone there's no much drama to my own. It's not like my baby was in danger, and that's why I had to have a C-section. But I just hope that someone reads my story and understands that you see, life and the journey to motherhood is not there's no textbook to it, right? There's no this is how it's gonna go. I never imagined not being able to birth my own child myself, um, vaginally, or not being able to carry my baby, back my baby, after. It's been tough, but at the end of the day, I mean, I look at her, she'll be 1 in a couple of weeks, and I look at her and I'm like, it was so worth it. It was definitely worth it. So yeah, there you go. It's not all the drama you expected, but I hope it helps someone. Thank you.